Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of April 2018. I'm your host, George Cruz. I'm here with Ryan Lance, who is in a different seat this time.
It's true.
You heard it here first. This will affect the wonderful audio quality of this podcast. Jesus Christ.
You know, when the awards for Best Podcast of 2017 came out, we may have not made the list, but I guarantee we were considered.
Okay, well,
audio quality was definitely the thing that made them be like,
we gotta put him on this list.
We gotta put him on this
list. Come on, quality. You can't deny it.
You can't deny it.
Carrie Lyles is here.
Hello.
Carrie. We're here to talk about the movies of the month of April and then talk about what we're looking forward to in the month of May. We're hopefully getting back on track. We're usually the second or first week of each month, but we got sidetracked because of our best of and because I've been busy. But we're here.
One idiot.
we've been so off track that we totally forgot a movie from last month.
Arguably the best movie.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Ryan's favorite franchise.
Ryan loved it.
Yeah, everything I loved about the first one, which was very little.
So John Boyega.
Yeah.
And who's directing this? It's not Guillermo this time.
I believe it was the showrunner of the first season of Daredevil. Not Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden dropped out of that because he was going to do the Sinister Six movie.
Didn't he do...
He did some work on it, but he dropped out.
No, but isn't he doing that one TV show, The Good Place, now?
Maybe.
I think he's doing The Good Place now, which is buck wild. I saw one episode, I was like, what the fuck is he? Why is the Cabin in the Woods guy attached to The Good Place? But yes, I didn't see Pacific Rim. I forgot. I think we all as a society forgot it came out. Not just this podcast.
It's so
honestly,
good.
it's not really it's not our fault. It's more Pacific Rim's
It's more of society's fault.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
We didn't give the movie what it deserved, which was our money.
We gave it money.
Oh, that's unfortunately true.
All right, so tell me, where does this take place immediately after Pacific Rim 1? Like 100 years after Pacific Rim?
No.
Like
it's
5-10 years?
Yeah, because John Boyega is Idris Elba's son. So it's like 10 or 12 years later, and he's like, my dad was a hero. It reminds me of that Independence Day movie that came out last year.
The sequel?
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough. Damn.
Just because it's like everyone's favorite character from the first one is not here, but we have his son, who's played by an actor that you like, probably, maybe, and the movie is boring and bad.
What do you mean?
I don't think who was the actor in Independence Day, though? I don't think anyone liked that guy. I don't even know.
No, because
I want to say it's Michael B. Jordan, but I think I'm just imagining that.
I think I literally...
That movie would have been a lot better if Michael B. Jordan was in it.
The main guy was Liam Hemsworth.
Right.
But...
second rate.
The worst Hemsworth.
Yeah, but Will Smith's son was in that movie.
Where's my Clint Hemsworth?
Oh, it wasn't Jaden Smith. What?
No, I mean, I'm saying Will Smith's character's son.
That would have been a better movie if it was Jaden Smith.
If it was Jaden Smith, that's true.
Okay, so what is it? They did what is it called? The Rift? Or whatever the fucking thing that breaks over.
What are you talking about?
The thing in Pacific Rim on the bottom of the water.
No. So it's gone. Okay, it's gone.
Right.
They cleared and they're like, all right.
Something open in the sky.
But now robots are banned because robots are bad. And then, some
Jaegers.
Yeah,
Jaegers. But after the crazy events of the film, the rifts open back up, and they find out the true purpose of the kaijus and why they're attacking.
It's one of the Cloverfield time.
Man,
I think I might have made that joke. I don't remember.
Do you mind if I tell you what happened, George?
You know what? I don't care.
I really hope you do, because I don't remember any of this
movie. Basically, John Boyega, and he used to be part of the Jaeger program, but like he got kicked out because he was too reckless, and he tried to jump into one of the Jaegers by himself, and then he almost, got all messed up from it, and his dad was like, well, we're told his dad was, because he's not in the movie.
Right.
What's his name?
Idris Elba?
Yeah, he's not in the movie, like, at all. I think you, like, see him, like, in a picture.
He's in a picture.
Photoshopped next to John Boyega, like,
thus continuing the trend of this being exactly like that Independence Day movie.
But he eventually makes his way back along with a girl who made her own, like, little robot, and they are part of this new, like, and he's brought in to like teach the kids how to drive robots just in case the aliens come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna go to jail or something, and they're like, if you become a teacher at the academy,
because you're the best there is, John Boyega. Oh yeah, yeah that.
Because his sister is the girl from his sister.
Yeah, his adopted sister. And she does appear in the movie. She dies pretty quickly, though.
Well, are you fucking...
Yeah.
She dies, like, almost immediately.
Like, there's a big
she's in a helicopter.
She's in a helicopter, and he's about to, like,
oh, yeah, because, like, the initial conflict is there's these bad robots that start showing up. And then no one knows... Bad Jaegers that start showing up, and no one knows why they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
Wait, like, they... like, autonomous?
A little bit, yeah. They don't know who's piloting them,
okay.
and they can't tell, and they don't know where they came from, and they're also like better than all the other Jaegers or something stupid. But eventually, they find out that Charlie Day's character,
I forgot about this.
When he rifted with the alien in the first movie,
right. I remember this.
He actually got connected with them mentally. So now he communicates with them all the time, and he goes buck wild crazy. And he comes up with this crazy scheme to open the rift because he's an alien now. Okay. He has the alien juices going.
Alien than man.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad boy now. He also has like an alien like brain in his like apartment that he calls
which is like his wife. Yeah.
He's like, Martha, I'm home, and then the music turns like whoop whoop. I was like, oh hey baby, you miss me, like that dumb bullshit.
Okay.
It was.
And then he opens up a whole bunch of fucking portals and. John Boyega's the only one to stop it, and he has to use his best friend / enemy, Scott Eastwood, who's a generic white guy and very boring guy. Like, there's no like conflict between the two, other than like there's conflict between us. they like talking like
conflict when they explicitly state, "Hey, I have conflict with you."
But
you know what? I got conflict with you too, man.
And then they get the robots, and there's no issue. They just get along perfectly fine. And I don't know, man. There's a part where all the robots and all the aliens like get together to make a mega alien, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
That was weird.
And I find out the plot is like the alien's blood is like radioactive or whatever.
Of course it is.
And they need to go inside the summit of Mount Fuji, the volcano, because if they go into the volcano. It'll erupt, and then they'll perfectly like terraform the whole planet.
Okay. Well, with that, is it any good?
No. But George, at the very end, there's a stinger where John Boyega sits down next to Charlie Day, and he's like, "They're coming. We're gonna get you." He's like, "Oh yeah. Well, we're coming for them first." Then like the rock and roll music starts playing. It's like, "How?" And the credit starts going.
So
it sets up for a sequel. Yeah. Because
Pacific Rim is
can someone look up how well this movie did? I'm gonna guess well. Not here.
What I don't get is like Charlie Hunnam, like he cannot be that expensive to get, right?
He's not even doing Sons of Anarchy anymore.
Yeah, so like, I don't get why like he was not in the movie at all. They didn't like even mention him. It made back most of its money.
Is that just domestic?
No, that's worldwide. No, it did pretty alright. It cost about $150 million, and it made $288 million.
So yeah, that didn't do a whole lot. That's well, I don't know. I guess the Pacific Rim is that this really is like the time everyone asked for a Mirror's Edge thing, and they got it, and then I was reading
and like I was reading like after this came out, and they like have like a whole like they want it to be its own franchise, which is weird to me because they want this cast to be the new franchise, the cast that is objectively worse. Of like,
but that's what they always say.
But like
you're saying it's weird they didn't give it a shot when they had the biggest opportunity to give it a good shot.
Yeah, when they had the character, because like the thing people like about the first one is other than like
what was that girl's name?
I don't know.
But she was the best part of that movie.
Yeah, and she's dead.
Yeah, she
died as like she doesn't even like die in
Charlie Day is a bad guy. Is he still alive?
No one even mentions him.
Oh, okay.
Even like when the girl shows up, you think like she would, but no, there's nothing. It's crazy. I don't know. Movie sucks.
Yeah, anyways, I don't really mean it. It's a real bummer that Pacific Rim came out and I have nothing but apathy for it. That's a bummer. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it seems like not a lot of people have a lot to say. People are very quiet. I'm a van, a quiet place. I was going to go, no. John Krasinski of 13 Hours is back.
Oh yeah,
Jack
Ryan himself.
The best horror movie of all time, according to a lot of people I follow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That seems like
how many horror movies have they seen? No, it's
okay.
good.
So I haven't seen A Quiet Place. So John Krasinski directed, written, and starring.
I don't think he
Did
had
not
much
write it?
writing. I think he
Okay,
just
well, directed and starring.
Yeah.
His big time movie. His time has come once again. So in a post-apocalyptic movie, he has a family.
He's a family man.
Family man in the post-apocalypse.
He's with his wife, who's his wife in real life.
Oh, this is his Final Fantasy. It's on the line, baby. So yes, post-apocalypse. From the trailers, from what I've seen, it seems like I know nothing about what Scarlet is, but it seems like whenever they make a sound,
it's a Cloverfield movie, George.
Oh, it's in the Clover. It's in the Clover.
No, it's not.
Okay, everything is. Avengers is my favorite Cloverfield.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, so yes.
Thanos is just another Cloverfield monster.
Oh my gosh.
So, quiet. They have to be quiet, so there's not a lot of dialogue, I assume, in this movie.
Lots of sign
it's
language.
Lots of sign language.
Because one of the daughter is deaf, so the whole family kind of has a. Well,
they
like
kind of knew sign language.
And stuff. So
the kids know it too.
Yeah, they adapt to. I was just saying that the parents know it really well, and the kids have like one of them has it better, and then one of them's learning it. But it gives them an excuse to be able to have sign language.
It made them be the most prepared for this given situation. Although there are other like little like houses of people, as you can like. Kind of very like lightly tell from like fires you can see in the distance.
Are there like any flashbacks or something like?
No.
Or someone like of some dumb family or some fucking. If it's one of these family movies, they let some straggler family in, and then they just like fucking shit, and then they just look at everyone. Or is it a bunch of people stepping on squeaky toys or some fucking? Is that how does this movie work? Like, how does it? Is there an actual tension there?
It kind of like jumps right into it.
Okay.
There's a cold open akin to like It Follows that kind of like very like neatly explains like what's going on here. And I appreciate that. The only thing that really like tells you like how this happened are like newspaper clippings that John Krasinski just has in his office that the movie cuts to a little too many times. Is Superman dead? Is our hope dead?
One of my favorite, a lot of the reviews for this come off as nitpicky because it's a gimmick for the whole movie, so you can go in and be like, well, if you can't have sound, what about this then? And it's pretty funny. Like,
what about people's farts?
No, I mean there was a headline on one of these newspapers that was like, it's sound, and it's like, how'd you print that newspaper though? I mean, newspaper presses are pretty loud.
Honestly, can we take it a quick aside? Listen. Last podcast, my highlight criticism was when I called Ready Player One shit coming out of a dog's ass or whatever the fuck it said. One of the worst things having a film criticism, and I don't dabble in film, is being fucking nitpicky and continuity picky about every single fucking thing in a movie. It's the absolute fucking worst, and I can't stand it. I feel like you see like a lot of YouTube. What are the fucking CinemaSins is like.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they've influenced like this sort of trend of like being extreme.
Like if one thing is bad, then like the whole thing is bad.
Listen, I am more intelligent than you, Phil. Let me tell you where you fucked up. All right. Anyways,
one of my favorite film YouTube channels is Red Letter Media, and they have a series called Half in the Bag where they just talk about the movies that they've seen, and they did an episode where they did Quiet Place and Truth or Dare in one episode, and at the end of the episode they did a CinemaSins parody covering A Quiet Place, and it was really fucking funny.
Because it's really
easy.
I
would recommend that because they were saying the same thing where it's like it's really easy to go in and nitpick this movie, but you just gotta let it happen to you.
But so the I guess the gimmick, quote unquote, works. Is there a tension?
Yeah, the gimmick totally works.
Okay.
It does depend on like the environment you're seeing it in.
I was just gonna say if the movie's quiet.
Like
then,
I heard a lot of like people like chewing popcorn and like
that's always the awkwardest part
moving their
movie
seats,
starts.
just like. And John was like, "Gotta be quiet."
I didn't.
No!
I didn't see it with these guys. I saw it by myself at the Alamo, and that was fine. There was only 2 other people. In
Oh
there,
yeah, the
so it was
Alamo seems like
quiet.
the perfect place for that
exactly.
kind of movie. But yeah, there was a lot of there was a lot of that. It was a little much.
No, but yeah, that's always like the most awkward part before a movie starts, when it's like the black before the actual like distributor, and it's just like people chewing popcorn or whatever hell. That's good. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad...
imagine that for the whole movie.
Okay.
It's great. It's great.
Well, I'm glad that it is actually, because like the pitch is interesting.
Oh yeah,
but it could also just be a gimmick.
The pitch is like interesting enough that like the movie works. Like obviously there's like the questions like, well, how did this happen? Why are they pregnant during the apocalypse?
Very stupid.
It is very stupid.
Like I get it, but like I don't get it at all. I understand why.
This isn't a huge spoiler, but like what I thought going in, like, oh, she was pregnant before the apocalypse, but like it clearly happens afterwards, and it's like, John, why? John, keep it in your pants, please. This is not the time. This is not the atmosphere to get a hard on with, okay?
Speak for yourself.
Oh,
Did you
man.
see John Krasinski's beard? Goddamn.
Emily Blunt just couldn't handle herself. Oh, John.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You have to sign it.
How is there like is it heavy with soundtrack, or is it just like silence for? Because
It's very like Last of Us soundtrack.
there's like
There's
guitar
some-
strings.
Yeah, just like, but damn.
There's some parts where it's like an emotional moment when the soundtrack felt overbearing to me, because it's like, are you sad? And I was like, I guess so.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Well, is there anything else to say about it? I'm genuinely looking forward to watching it.
I like the concept of it. I think it's something you could potentially do more with without totally fucking it up. But you know, I think that all depends on the people who are working on it. Because like it's an interesting world, and I'm interested in seeing like how other people adapt to it. Hopefully, it's smarter people, because the Krasinski family, they have their plans, but they have the things that they do that are smart, but they're kind of dumb in a lot of regards.
I think that it is an okay movie.
Oh, yeah,
there are
definitely.
some plot things. I don't want to be too nitpicky. Don't want to be terrible, but like there are some plot things that I was like, and I couldn't really. The movie didn't really recover for me for some of those, but you know.
Well, I'm glad that thing turned out all right. Shout out to John Krasinski. Hopefully something. I don't know. Is there anything positive going to come out of John Krasinski from this?
Hopefully.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, as much as I had a few problems with A Quiet Place, when we went to see Truth or Dare, I was like, you know what? Maybe A Quiet Place is a masterpiece.
My thing about The Quiet Place is, like, for a PG-13 horror movie, I feel like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Bring the kids there.
Well,
Bring the dog.
speaking of Truth or Dare,
Oh, boy.
Blumhouse's Truth or Dare,
baby!
Okay, so
Hey
Truth
guys,
or Dare.
I dare you to leave a review of our podcast on iTunes.
Kiri, no! You can't invite them to the game that instructed the game!
Do you think that the demon that possessed their game of Truth or Dare is one of the demons that Zach Bagans released from the
Oh
house?
my god! Okay. Theory time. What if a demon from Zach Bagans' demon house got in someone's apartment and they were watching Truth or Dare, and then the demon got into Truth or Dare, and then at the end of Truth or Dare, the thing happens, and then the demon spreads everywhere.
Oh my god.
The game is real now.
This movie is...
This movie sucks.
I think this movie's fun,
Yeah.
but awful. But listen.
Look, Roddy was great. Roddy!
So Truth or Dare, if you aren't familiar, I can't figure out an easy way to sum this movie up. But
It has that great, cold, spooky cold open that explains the whole concept perfectly.
Kids go on spring break. Lead character talks to this cute guy at the bar. Cute guy leads them astray because like, let's go hang out at this cool abandoned house.
This big old...
Bouquet.
This big old church. Let's play
They go to the
Truth or
house.
Dare
Let's
in
play
it.
Truth or Dare in it. And then he gets to him.
What are we? 12 years old? No, guys, trust me.
You really get to learn a lot about your friends that you wouldn't know otherwise. And then that one med student guy's like, I'm into it. Let's try it out.
And Roddy's like, I love it.
Turns out there's a demon that possesses. It's hard. This is the part I have a hard time explaining.
Well, the demon This movie is the second movie this year that has introduced me to demons being able to possess things besides people. Because in Demon House, he was like, it can possess this digital film. And then in this movie, it's like, a demon can possess an idea.
Yeah, it's like
the concept of Truth or Dare is now possessed.
This game is haunted. And it's like, what do you fucking mean, though?
So yes, that's exactly what
you thought playing with the Ouija board was ballsy.
This demon has possessed the idea of Truth or Dare.
It's like, I.
And so now they are haunted by this demon through Truth or Dare, and the demon comes out of nowhere and possesses them and forces them to ask Truth or Dare, but they're playing it by modified rules, so they can only say truth twice.
Two
truths and a dare.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the next person has to do a dare regardless, because
That's not how the game works. Shut up, demon.
So
also, like, so it's just these kids, like, they keep going through their truth and dares, but like the dares and the truths are just so, like, random. Like, the time, like, the demon's like, I dare you to come out to your father. It's like, I can't do it. It's like, no, but he'll be really supportive, actually. It'll be good for your relationship.
And that...
Oh!
That scene happened off screen too.
Yeah,
like, he just walked back into the lunchroom and he's like, "So I came out to my
they
dad."
didn't trust themselves.
Oh, how was that?
That's true.
Surprisingly
That's probably
well,
a good,
they
good
probably,
choice.
They couldn't.
I dare you to have sex.
This
Hell yeah!
This movie is a feature-length version of that section in Unfriended where they had to play "Never Have I Ever" to the camera, and they're all like, "Never have I ever like sold drugs to fourth graders," and that guy's like, "Oh, whatever, I didn't do that. Never have I ever stolen money from the." You remember?
I wish I remember.
When the unfriended ghost.
I remember
pitting them
Friend
against...
Request. Remember when we watched Friend Request?
No, we're not talking about that. The unfriended demon was pitting the friends against each other by having them reveal their secrets, and it would be really pointed questions. It'd be like, "Never have I ever stolen $400 from Blake," and then the one girl was like, "All right, I did it. You have enough fucking money," and it's like, "What?
You know, $400 in high school. What do you mean I have enough money?
Yeah, some highlight Truth or Dare is definitely when the demon like dares the girl to have sex with her friend's boyfriend,
who she's funny. In love with,
and then mid-stroke possesses her, and then
and he's like, "Oh yeah, keep choking me, please."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's the stupidest. Also, when the demon possesses you, it like
makes
Photoshop. Fucks up your face.
Like a big mad smile.
Yeah.
In the movie, they were like, "It looked like a Snapchat filter." This movie loves Snapchat, by the way.
I mean, it does look like a Snapchat filter.
It does. They knew. Yeah, they knew.
Yeah, that's how they edited it. That's how they saved money.
That's probably how they marketed it. Did anyone check Snapchat?
No. Snapchat. They went to Snapchat like, "Hey, for our movie, A Truth or Dare, they get this crazy face that looks like this. You want to do a filter for it?" And then, like, we have to do the effects, and we're just going to use... We're gonna trick them to do the effects. It'll be great. It'll be hilarious.
So, yeah.
My other
who's the lead of this movie?
Lucy Hale.
I feel like she's a person that
Pretty Little Liars.
Okay.
She was the one who fell in love with her English teacher.
She was Ted Mosby's daughter in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh.
I'm talking about a good show here.
What do you mean?
Pretty Little Liars is the best show of all time.
My favorite one still is when the end is like, "I have a secret that you can never know about." You know that one?
Oh, the
one that you could see a mile away.
Yeah, the one you could see a mile away, and also, like, it was totally like she was in the right of doing that.
Yeah, it's like,
real.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole plot in this movie about her best friend's dad committing suicide, and
also, like, when the game did the Truth or Dare, she was just like on the phone and watching a video of her dad. And he's like, "I dare you to say this thing," and then she says it to the camera, and no one's around to actually hear it. What the fuck is going on here?
Oh man,
he was making turkey burgers.
Because she's a vegetarian.
Anyways, I thought it was stupid and bad and fun.
Yeah, like, don't pay for it.
I think your energy about this movie is the same as my energy about, like, the Bye Bye Man and Wish Upon.
I think so. Not as passionate.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's because Truth or Dare sucks, and the Bye Bye Man and Wish Upon are both fabulous movies.
I don't have any horror film that's objectively bad that I'm like, guys, you don't actually...
You've seen The Bye Bye Man and Wish
It's
Upon.
very much a movie to watch with friends or a
Wait.
movie to have sex to, I guess. I don't know.
Nice.
It's a movie not to pay attention to, is what I'm saying. But
take a shot every time someone does a truth or a dare.
Why? No.
no,
Well, I can't refuse shots. Everyone knows that.
I'm Ronnie, yeah. Best character.
Yeah, there's this character named Ronnie who's like the fucking scumbag.
He's the dude.
But he's like extremely out there. Like he's just living up the
I'm
role.
Ronnie. Everyone knows I can't take their shots. Everyone,
I feel you, Ronnie.
I feel you, Ronnie. You know what
and
I'm
then he dies first, and we were just like, well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I dare you to show everyone your dick. And he was like,
I
hell
dare
yeah.
me to show you my business.
That's what
And
he
everyone's
said.
like, I've seen it. Not impressive. It's like,
Oh, fuck it.
come on, guys.
he
Why can't I
dies.
just Ronnie? I'm just gonna get off. And then he's like, and then neck. And then I was like, oh my god.
That's gonna translate really well into
Yeah.
audio.
Yeah,
what
it
you
does.
just did.
That's the big joke of this podcast.
Truth or dare?
Don't see it. I don't think anyone did. Did this movie do well?
Probably.
They all do well, man. It costs like
I
fucking
don't know
$5.
I don't know where my phone went since we
It's
like
right there.
since we did this whole
There you go.
couch transition.
Ryan, the continuity. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
One long take.
Yeah. That's what we should have called this podcast. One long take.
Well, so Truth or Dare was a movie, but we have arrived at the movie of movies.
The movie.
The movie.
Uh,
Demon House. We're talking about it again. Hell yeah.
Avengers: Infinity War. It's here. We've seen it.
The biggest movie of
This is
all
probably the
time.
one where we actually, if anyone does listen to this podcast, apparently people listen. We should probably say that we are going to spoil it.
One
There's
pause
no-
here. Truth or Dare. It cost $3.5 million. It made
Yeah.
$48 million.
That checks out.
Damn.
Bullshit.
That's Blumhouse's entire business
literally
model.
I
their
know, and
entire
it
business.
pisses me off. Anyways, Infinity War.
I'll tell you, it sounds like someone is poor.
What?
Someone doesn't have a mind for business, you know what I'm saying? Money on my mind. John Blumhouse over here. I'm making money. Anyway.
You put the dog to sleep with that joke. That's what you just did,
Hey,
George.
you're too poor to talk. Shut up.
Oh, man.
Do they have another Purge coming?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
year.
the first.
They still
Purge.
do it,
Purge.
right?
Yeah.
Because they still put their name on all these movies, like from the makers of The Purge, or what's another hot Blumhouse ticket that they
Insidious. I
the
think.
visit.
Whiplash.
Man, every time I forget that
Oculus was a Blumhouse
is that
movie.
and a WWE Films production.
It was. I rewatched that movie the other day. And I was like, what?
I should rewatch Oculus.
She just body slams the mirror.
Oculus is pretty alright.
It's pretty good. No, what was I
Spoiler
saying?
alert, the Soul Stone is in the Oculus mirror.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, back on track. Avengers. So 10 years, we're here finally.
Yeah.
This podcast
10 years we're
again.
leading up to this.
We have to spoil this movie because honestly, I don't know how to. I don't care enough
You
to
don't know
walk
how to
around
talk-
it. I really don't.
Oh, you don't?
Do you? Wait. Do you? What do you want to do? Right now.
I don't care.
We're making
Spoil
editorial
it.
decisions right now.
You edit this.
That's true. Well, we can maybe we can have a front front. This is like the last movie we talk about other than the movies of May. So maybe we can start with like non-spoilery thoughts. Okay, it's fine.
I thought it was great.
Okay,
It's okay.
I thought I had
had-
more fun than the average Marvel movie with it.
I thought
I feel the same
would,
way.
I thought I would be miserable. I don't know if that's the movie that made it not miserable or the strong cocktail that I had at the movie that made it not miserable. Who's to say?
I think-
had an okay time.
I think they had an incredibly difficult and ambitious task in front of them, and I think they made a coherent and well put together movie.
I think that's the movie's like strongest like no character's arc was like I was like, oh man, I want to get back to this.
Yes.
Like, each thing like felt equal and important throughout the film.
For me, I don't care this much about the characters, so I don't know if I had that much weight, but I do think it's interesting that I don't know, Ryan, you had a good time, you said. So
Yeah.
do you feel like all these movies of lead up were worth it? Did you feel like here's every character and I'm watching them go through this moment, but also I know all the backstory of what they've been through, and that's informing how I feel about this moment right
Did this
now.
feel like a good payoff?
A good payoff. I mean, it's
Like Scarlet Witch not having an accent anymore. All of a sudden, remember that?
yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Who
fine.
cares?
Yeah, I know.
The Vision also looks like a person now because Paul Bettany didn't want to be in makeup for that one day in
Come
particular.
on, guys, listen.
Guys, please. I don't fucking like this. I accepted this role for the money, and you know what? It's not worth it at this point.
So yeah,
I mean,
Tell
yeah.
us,
I feel
Ryan.
like in terms of like the movies, like how it leads up to everything, it does a pretty great job.
So there's a lot of characters in this movie, Ryan.
Yes, some would say that.
I think you're definitely the one who enjoyed it the
I'm
most.
Marvel boy.
Yeah.
That's you.
So did you feel like was there an added weight? Like, was that meaningfulness of like we're all leading up to fucking this and the grandness of it? Did you feel that the movie? And I'm not here to belittle you if you did feel that way because I'm genuinely curious. Because I wish I felt that.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Because I felt that in Avengers. Like the first time, I felt like, oh, this is a big deal. But for me, that big deal, I didn't feel that way.
It's definitely interesting because Avengers like felt that way, and then Age of Ultron was like the same fucking movie but worse. And I was like, you know what? How about you guys just stay away from each other for a little bit? And you know what? There was enough of like new people and like especially with the Guardians adding to this that it definitely had that same Avengers feeling to me of like, oh, everyone's here together. That's cool.
Chris Pratt's extremely out here in that movie.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love classic Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Doing his little jokes, like how he's fat. Classic Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Chris Fat.
Ah.
Got him.
But yeah, but also I guess that it makes sense that, like, it makes sense for me that feeling wore out because after Avengers they kind of were always in each other's movies all the goddamn time. So, but yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I feel like the movies right after Avengers was like, well, why aren't they hanging out with each other? Like in Iron Man 3, especially in Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't anyone else like solving this?
There's a
this
giant
problem?
fucking yeah. I hardly remember Dark World, and I think there's a giant laser beam at one point hitting down Earth. But
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, that might have been Suicide Squad.
Oh man.
Why didn't the Suicide Squad show up to help with Infinity War?
You know, Batman would probably like a spray for that to get that glove off of him. Just like, psst. It's like, no.
I felt like every character got their moment in the movie.
I feel that way, yeah.
I think coming out of Black Panther, I wish there was more of them, and it just kind of feels abrupt that they just show up. It's like, we're already using your entire army now, all right? Okay, cool. And like we're just gonna.
I think part of that's like I don't think they could have known how big that movie would have been.
No, absolutely.
So they're like, people probably liked Black Panther.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have him too much in the movie because people just got him.
Right, like the side characters specifically. Like I like all these side characters are very good.
Oh yeah, there was plenty of good Wong. He's a good guy. A lot more Sherlock Holmes boy.
Yeah.
Peppermint Scooby
I think
Snacks,
they really
Doctor Strange.
Well, actually, yeah, I don't know. Listen, he's Doctor Strange. He's an important character. I think he's fine. I think I liked him more in this than I did.
Oh yeah, I liked him a lot more in this movie. He actually did like cool magic stuff instead of just like weird like sparky little whips.
And he feels more like a Doctor Strange, someone who should be in charge
like
of both.
More confident and like more of like aware of what he's capable of doing.
I enjoy that he's legit, like straight up antagonistic towards Tony Stark because Doctor Strange is actually like he's the fucking guy.
Yeah,
he's the guy. And Tony Stark can sometimes feel like he's actually the guy, and because
Tony Stark acts like he's the guy, but he's not the guy.
Yeah. How did you feel as a number one Iron Man hater? How did you feel about his arc in here?
We'll get into spoilers when I talk about that.
Sure. I'm trying to think of anything that is that we can hit on the 9th spoiler. That Thanos, I guess. No, that's also spoiled. But
is Thanos a good enough? Of Marvel villains, which they're pretty bad, pretty forgettable. How does Thanos feel as a villain?
A lot of people have told me he feels grounded and good, but like, not really.
Like,
he's still just a villain.
They do a good job of establishing early, like, this guy is willing to go there, and like he's not all like quippy and goofy like some of the Marvel villains, and he's not all like just completely out there. Like when he shows up, he starts getting shit done. And you're just like, oh fuck, I guess we should be afraid of this.
That's true.
Big purple monster.
That's true, right? Because the movie just straight up starts off with the fucking
some
shit.
I think that's like the movie's strongest suit.
Yeah,
like, it keeps going and like there's no like
that's true.
break.
There is no break in the movie. Yeah, because
there's no part that like derails it.
Really, like the most breathe you get is like transition. We're going from here to this place over here, and it also doesn't feel like Like, I think Star Wars, what was the last movie? Was it The Last Jedi?
Last Jedi, yeah.
That movie felt very fragmented. Like, each segment might as well have been, like, a fucking, like, not even the same movie.
Oh, yeah, like, the whole, like, Finn and Rose stuff, like, it dragged on forever, and I was like, I would rather be on see the other stories right now.
And every time we went to someone else, like, I wasn't like, oh, we gotta go with these guys. Like, okay, this is interesting. And then when it all comes together, it's actually pretty crazy. But, yeah, I don't know if I have anything. Is there anything else we should say before we get into spoilers?
What was your favorite arc? What characters do you think had the most fun time with?
I wish, and again we'll get into the spoilers, I wish they spent more time with Scarlet Witch and Vision. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
That's fair. I think that's more of like a comics thing.
Yeah.
And I think I just wanted to like get that out of the way because comics people would be like, but they're together in the comics.
Yeah, I know. And I like that they're together because of the comics. I think I liked Spider-Man more in this movie than I did in Homecoming.
Oh, same here. A lot better.
I really do think Doctor Strange was probably one of my favorites from this movie as well. Star-Lord keeps going lower and lower. Yeah. I can't fucking stand him. Gamora's always great. I wish there was more. What was it? Nebula. I wish there was more. Nebula.
Same here.
Especially because in the comics, she's unbelievably important to this whole story. I guess would it be a spoiler to say that a character is not in this movie? Probably, right? From the comics, it's not in this character. In the story arc, it's very important to this arc in the comics.
Are you talking about a little?
Yeah, I was gonna say it when we were in spoilers. But yeah, I think Doctor Strange, Spider-Man was better for me in this one. Iron Man's still fucking annoying. I really like Captain America. He's fucking great. I think he was great. I think he's better. There's
not as much.
No,
Captain America
actually, yeah, he's honestly yeah. It feels like Doctor Strange kind of takes that role of being the person to fight against Tony instead of him. But yeah, I like Captain America's fuck. I think it's just like bearded Chris. Yeah, not Chris Evans. Sorry, all these Chris's all over the place.
Damn.
We got all the Chris's together.
Carrie, do you have anything to say before?
As far as characters that I liked in this movie, I still like
anything before we get into spoilers.
How do you feel about Thor's arc?
I like Thor
without non-spoilers.
Like the stuff that they were doing felt useless until the final thing. It's like,
I agree.
Oh, okay.
That's true. That's
so like whenever it cut to them,
longest.
it's like, yeah, they're doing some goofy shit because he's still like, what is this rabbit doing?
That's true.
Rabbit, get over here. What are you talking about?
I think they kind of had
like that. I guess it made more impactful near the end, but I do really like Thor. I think he's very easily becoming my favorite, but that's
weird.
That's just from fucking Ragnarok because that's the first one of these movies.
He's having sort of a redemption because
no one fucking liked Thor.
Yeah,
I mean, Thor's a character like. I never read Thor comics. I'd read like about like, oh, he turned into a frog. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, he did.
Whenever people would tell me about Thor in the comics, like he would talk in like Shakespearean.
Oh yeah,
and, like that sounds fucking hilarious.
Very corny.
So like when I hear about him, I'm like, that's great, and I like Thor.
And I agree. Like most of the comedy bits are saved for when Thor meets the Guardians, and I think that makes sense because Guardians are. Comedy so heavy, like if you will, Star-Lord just like completely stone faced.
Yeah, and I mean of the like core members of the Avengers, I think Thor, or at least Chris Hemsworth, is easily the funniest.
Oh yeah.
So I just think his stuff lands with me.
Oh, what's the name? Mantis. I like the Mantis a whole lot.
Yeah,
I like her. I forgot about her, but I like her.
Mantis is very good.
I really like her.
I'm glad.
How'd you feel about Batista in this movie?
I actually thought he wasn't that. I mean, he
wasn't as obnoxious as he was.
Because it's not.
He had some good writing in this one. I feel like I feel it all depends on like his writing.
I think it's
he
his
can deliver
writing,
a good joke.
The timing of where you put it in the movie, and also like there's not as much. Like he doesn't have to be. He's literally not. There's enough time to go around, like enough talent. We don't have to. I actually thought he was like
because in the first Guardians, it was new and fresh, so it was funny. And then in Guardians 2, it got obnoxious, and then they brought it back. I think.
And honestly, like
he still wasn't my favorite, but I didn't groan every time he said anything.
Especially because like his jokes just weren't. Because I feel like in Guardians 2, all of his jokes were like making fun of Mantis.
Yeah, and I liked her, so I was like, step off, asshole.
Yeah, and they finally got over that fucking dumb thing. Right, because she kept calling her ugly or whatever. Right?
It's like, you are hideous. Yeah, it's okay, because we're friends.
I mean, they make one joke of that, but it's very low.
That's my friendship with several people.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You want to go into spoilers?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Okay. So I guess let's start with how it ends, because we're going into spoilers. So how did you feel about the ending?
It's weird because like it's both like bold and also like they're gonna backtrack on this.
It's trying to fool you into thinking they're being bold.
All those normie audience members be like, I can't believe they killed.
Can't believe they blew up Krillin.
I can't believe Krillin's dead. This time for real.
Yeah, Carrie,
what deaths were you like most surprised that they like went there?
None, really.
I wasn't surprised at any of them.
No.
The death that I was the most personally upset about was Loki, and that happened in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, I totally called that.
I know, I knew he was gonna die, but I was like, damn it. Because I love him.
I think it also...
I'm one of those bitches, okay?
But
Leave me alone.
I also felt like, fucking... Because his character's probably the most complex out of everyone in this fucking movie.
And I mean, there was so much stuff, like Thor already lost all of his family in Ragnarok. It's like, let's make Thor more sad. It's like, why?
Also,
and Heimdall died too.
I think my biggest issue with this movie is like, I love Thor Ragnarok a whole lot, and I feel like this movie like
forgot about it,
and also like a little disrespected what it did.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because like Valkyrie and Korg are just like gone, and like it's assumed
so you
that,
can like assume that they died.
And
on
then
that
also
ship,
like
or
his whole like eye thing. He lost his eye, but then like in the movie he just gets a glass eye that he put a robotic eye that he puts back in.
Like,
and his whole story is like, I don't have a hammer. I need to get a new weapon.
An axe.
It's true because
and like I get why he like chose to like make the weapon. Like he made a weapon designed to kill this godlike person with an infinity gauntlet with all his powers. But like in terms of like the movie that came just after it, it feels like it
was like literally,
especially since Ragnar made like, oh, he can actually just shoot lightning, whatever. It's not the hammer, but I feel like they didn't know that
because again, like that whole movie was like a redemption and like a development for that character, like physically and like this is like post Ragnarok Thor. This is punished Thor. They should have at least like, listen, Crimson Birth. He's not dying. He's not got a shit ton of work. You could probably if you get rid of some of these characters, you could keep Chris Hemsworth around.
Oh yeah,
and he can stay as punished Thor for a while, and then maybe towards the end he goes back to the old thing. I think you're right. I think completely
I definitely would like, of all these characters that have survived, I think another Thor movie is the only one I would want a fourth one of, and I think that could be like his final like passing his new weapon on to someone else and they obtain his powers, which that happens in the comics a lot.
Yeah,
that's what I would want personally.
Yeah, honestly,
because I feel like the next Avengers movie has to, because like everyone that survived this one is just the first movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, there's no like bold death. Like all the core members of the Avengers are still there.
Yeah, it's
like,
all
no big ticket items are gone.
It's all the main Avengers. War Machine, Nebula, and Rocket. That's it.
Oh, hey. Huh, I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like the fourth movie is going to be, like, those main people maybe going away. Hopefully Iron Man. I thought he was going to die. It was so close. It was so close, and Doctor Strange was like, wait a minute.
When
You're the key.
When he got stabbed, I was like, well, at least Ryan will be happy. And then he's the only one that lived.
The thing was, I wasn't even shocked. Like, I think everyone was like, this has to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and then it doesn't happen, and I was pissed.
Just from, like, a Robert Downey Jr. standpoint, it's like, yeah, he's done. But, I don't know.
And honestly, if he doesn't die in Avengers 4,
I don't think I'm
gonna write a letter to the Russo brothers like, fuck you guys.
Him and Pepper Potts are gonna fucking retire. They're out in some fucking island. I don't fucking know.
They're gonna move to the trash planet. He's gonna be the new.
Yeah,
he's gonna be
they
the
moved
new
the nuke
Grandmaster
over the ocean of Gotham City, and Alpha's gonna go visit them or fucking whatever the hell.
Now that's a movie.
Yeah. What else can we get to support? Okay, so what I was mentioning was that Death isn't in this movie, and that felt like a weird...
Oh, Death, his love, Death.
Yeah, that felt weird. I feel
so,
like
Carrie, just so you know, in the comics, Thanos' like objective to like killing people is he's in love with Death, who is just personified as this woman, and he wants to kill people because he thinks that will make her love him.
Oh. Which is honestly a lot lot better than like.
Then this guy
I'm a fucking savior. I can't wish for more fucking food.
There's not enough resources.
I was gonna say, I know this is like a meme at this point, but was there a reason that I just genuinely missed why he didn't just make more food instead of killing all the people?
Because I think that's just like his excuse for being an insane person.
Okay. I was just like, but this makes no sense.
Because honestly, yeah, we can see him. Like it's not as deep as like a fucking Heisenberg or whatever. He's just using the cancer as a cover up. He loves this.
Yeah.
But because we haven't spent enough time with Thanos and we don't really understand him.
Yeah.
And that's what to me he just feels kind of like a shitty villain because like he has an excuse, but really he just wants to. I just want to kill everyone because.
Yeah.
I think he's
like Gamora stuff.
Like a power.
I think that like he's lying to himself makes him more interesting than most Marvel villains, but he's still not like a great Marvel villain. He's good compared to like Dark Elf Man and Bad Iron Man.
Speaking of villains, can we talk about how Red Skull just fucking appears? Hugo Weaving, what are you doing here?
But it wasn't Hugo Weaving, it was a different guy.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't. Because Hugo Weaving has said several times that he refuses to put on that makeup again.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it was a Walking Dead actor who was apparently an impressionist.
Oh,
yeah.
He did a Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, he did the voice and his face just turned all red.
Okay, but still, why is red? Why?
Because
I fucking did the thing and I somehow wound up here.
Yeah, that's it. It was just like, hey guys, remember when Red Skull touched the Space Stone? Because we definitely knew it was the Space Stone back then. And then
everyone remembers Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yeah,
I still like that movie. If anything, because I get to look at
Haley Atwell is a wonderful person. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie with you on that. I hate that movie a lot.
I know you do.
And like the worst part of that movie and me is like I've read all these. It's like we're gonna rank all the Avengers movies, and like that movie's been on the top of like every fucking list, and it's annoying.
We've treaded this ground, right?
I know.
Emily Jones is in it.
Yeah, and he doesn't do anything.
Okay, what else are we missing here to talk?
Avengers,
Infinity War.
How do you? Why are they still doing? I feel like they can't add any more layers or any character. I feel like any character development spent on Tony Stark is a fucking waste. I know everyone loves Robert Downey Jr., but come on, he's so over. Why spend any more time on him? He's so over. Why?
Because now he has this kid that he loves who's 15.
Oh, you fucking
And he loves
kidding
this
me.
kid, and he lost the kid. And remember in the beginning of the movie, he was talking about how he wanted to have a kid with Pepper Potts. He wanted to have a kid, and then he lost his kid. It's symbolism.
That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what that was. I doubt that it was anything other than that.
I missed it. I'm sorry, Avengers.
But like seriously, anytime I like Gwyneth Paltrow. Shout out to Goop. But oh god, I don't know. Like all that stuff to me is just like okay, fucking I don't.
It's weird how she took a break from these movies and then came back.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Listen, you gotta get that Goop.
Gotta get that Goop money. Yeah.
That fuck money.
Yeah.
She had an article published about. I don't know.
So you were talking about Star-Lord and how like you were upset at him. Explain to me why his action in this movie made you.
Oh, I don't think it's a spoilery, but the thing that I think every movie like I don't know if it's a development of me as a person and my tastes, but I think when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, I was like, ha, Star-Lord!
This guy.
This fucking guy.
Ronnie!
Yeah, everyone knows he's gotta go fucking fuck some chick and whatever the fucking hell. And then, like, when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like, this guy seems like a dick. Fuck this guy. Holy shit, he sucks. Gamora, he's an asshole. Why are you hooking up with him? Like, there's that whole fight scene about, like, but fucking dad, what's your fucking problem? I was like, fuck this guy. Are you kidding me? Fuck this guy. And even more in this... Well, him actually showing emotion towards Gamora instead of just quipping and making dumb jokes about, well, if some other chick shows up, I'm gonna have to fuck her, you know? Me, Star-Lord. Having him actually show emotion actually kind of made me feel better. But whenever, like...
But during that scene when he found out that Gamora died...
I thought that was fine. I thought that was good. I thought it was good. But it's
I've
just
heard a lot of people hate on that scene.
Really?
But, I totally understand. Because people hate on, oh, he should have just, helped him take the glove off. But, Tony Stark did the same fucking thing in Civil War. He found out Bucky killed his parents when he was basically a robot. And he fucking beat a different guy to death. How is that not worse than what he did in this movie?
The only thing interesting about, and honestly, I hope someone, because Gamora, I love Gamora. and I love Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
And honestly, I want someone to mourn her death. Yeah.
She's not dead.
I know.
She's trapped in the Soul Stone.
I know. She got blown up by Frieza. We're gonna fucking resurrect her.
Well, that's good. I thought she was mega dead.
No,
I guess I'm a normie.
Because the Soul Stone, it's sentient and it traps people's souls inside of it. It's dumb. It's a dumb.
I am glad because again, I guess I don't want to spoil the movie for the comics for Carrie, but Nebula's incredibly.
I do not care.
I know, but Nebula's incredibly important, and so this gives her. Because I thought they were just gonna they might still completely axe her from her role in this whole story, but now they have the. Okay, I hope they actually like give her the time.
Finally give Nebula the spotlight instead of having a supporting character.
She's unbelievably more than this whole thing, so let's go. And I love Karen Gillan, and I love Nebula's great. She was always great.
Yeah,
Nebula's cool.
She's cool.
But yeah, no.
And she lived.
Yeah, I was so fucking pissed. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from this movie was 600 characters, and you can't give me my favorite New Zealand rock man. Come on, fuck this movie.
I think with people's like anger at like Korg and Valkyrie, like they have to come back in some way.
It's rough.
But I mean, like they just glaze over it, so they must.
They don't even mention
dead
it.
on the ship.
No, they don't.
Which sucks.
Well, it's not even like an Alien 3. Oh, they died on the ship.
They said in like the first like minute of the movie, like half of Asgard's dead. So just assume that like
said half, but like they didn't. He wasn't like my buddy Korg is
my best pal Korg and Scrapper, whatever his name was,
and Valkyrie.
We had all that arc like 20 minutes ago.
It was 20 minutes. Like the after credits scene, like from Ragnarok leads into this movie.
Anyways, so I think in general, I don't think it's a fantastic movie, but I will say I was never bored. I was always interested and sort of like, okay, I'm not gonna say invested, but like I am enjoying what I'm seeing, and I think this is fine.
I think it's a good Avengers movie because the
first
two
it's the best one. I think
it is definitely the best one because the first two.
I don't like the first one. I think it's boring.
Yeah, I hate the second one.
The second one's garbage.
Yeah,
I've only seen both of them once, and I don't remember them very well.
It's exactly what you expect. There's a bad guy like, how are we gonna stop this guy?
Well, I mean, the first one's Loki. To be fair,
I do.
So yeah, he actually carries. He's still probably the best, honestly.
Well, yeah, it's also just because like he's had like the most development over the course of the film.
Yeah,
again, he's the most complex character.
He always be showing up.
He's the most complex character in the entire fucking series.
Do you think he's gonna stay dead though? I think he probably will.
Probably.
At this point, like you can't.
I think the only people who are gonna stay dead are Loki, Heimdall, and Vision. I think everyone else is coming back.
Yeah, I think Vision is.
I think Vision's too overpowered and not interesting enough to keep alive.
Quicksilver's gonna come back. Aaron Taylor Johnson,
bring him back.
Hey. Bring him back. Hey, you see the last of me, brother? What was his accent? I don't even remember.
Something like
that.
It
was like sort of Russian, but like a little too much.
A little too much Russian.
So was Scarlet Witches. That's gone.
It was just, she hung out with Vision, and he mind melded with her, and was like, "Stop sounding like that."
They probably had sex, right?
Yeah, they gotta do.
Oh, right, I forgot. The thing that's who's not in this movie, Ant-Man or Wasp. Or not in this movie anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm actually looking forward to it.
I saw it this morning. I know, like, yesterday they were, like, being like, where were they movie? Find out in the trailer. And the trailer said just fucking nothing about where they are. It was just another generic trailer for the movie where they doing a bunch of
So it implies that they were doing this stuff in their movie whilst Infinity War was happening.
I'm thinking that our movie's going to end with someone disappearing. And Paul Rudd be like,
And to be fair, it's not like fucking The Dark World. Like, it makes sense if someone didn't know what was happening because, listen, I'm not going to say it is completely unbelievable that no one called Ant-Man. Like, come on. Like, listen. No one called fucking Daredevil either. Fucking nobody cares. It's fine.
No one called any of the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nobody called fucking,
No one called the Inhumans.
Yeah.
There's a whole planet of them.
No one called the Runaways. But they're not in the same, like, continuity here. I don't know what they're doing with the Runaways. Fucking whatever.
They're all apparently in this. No one called Venom.
Yeah, no one called Venom.
No one likes Venom.
Final thoughts?
I liked it. I liked it too. I feel like it's still I feel like it's still a movie that like Avengers 4 is still gonna be like if Avengers 4 what it does to like the cliffhanger is gonna impact my feelings on it.
Right. Where we go from here?
Yeah, because it's clearly a part 1. No matter how many times they say, like, actually, it's not. It's its own. It has its own unique identity. Independent story. Wait a minute, Carrie. Avengers
was fine
in terms of like other Marvel movies.
I don't want to watch it again.
Okay.
But
you've only ever said that about one. You've only wanted to rewatch one Marvel movie.
And I've watched that one like 3 times. I don't know. Like it's not as like boring as I thought it would be. I agree. Like, I laughed at some of the stuff. It had fun jokes.
Entertained.
I was entertained. I really liked all the reality altering stuff that Thanos could do with the glove. Like he would turn
things into bubbles.
Well, like not all the goofy stuff, but like we turned all that stuff into birds, and I was like, ooh.
Making Benicio del Toro fucking put on a fucking makeup and suit for like 5 seconds.
And you're dead, but you're also doing a bit.
Yeah.
Thanos is doing a bit right now.
Does that mean Howard the Duck is dead? Oh, no, he left that.
He was on the horror planet.
He was like in Coruscant.
He was on the robot horror planet.
Yeah.
Robot prostitutes.
So I feel like it did enough out of the box for Marvel stuff to keep you interested if you don't like Marvel movies.
I was ready to be like, you have that first Avengers,
yeah.
But I was entertained the whole thing. Which is a bummer. Like, again, I wish I cared about these movies much. Like, because again,
what do you think about the post-credits scene?
I thought it was lame.
How dare you?
Listen,
Ryan's very invested.
I am here for Captain Marvel. I think the whole thing is, I thought getting Samuel Jackson and How I Met Your Mother's, whatever her fucking name is.
Robin Sparkles.
Yeah, fucking, like, come on. Like, I didn't need this movie to end on a punchline.
Oh, yeah.
And they end on a Samuel Jackson punchline. Like, you fucking,
come
on.
Yeah.
You literally just had everyone fucking die.
That was the quietest I've ever heard a theater after a Marvel movie. That was really cool. But
Black, over. And
like,
you end on a punchline. Are you serious? Come on now.
That is fair.
But then Captain Marvel was cool. Yes, that's cool. But he could have just vanished. He didn't have to say, let that weight stick. Don't let us end on a positive
What if he said,
note.
I'm tired of all these motherfucking sticks, those motherfuckers.
I'm tired of all these fucking movies.
I'm tired of all these post-credit scenes in the post-credit.
I'm tired of my agent calling me up. You gotta go do a fucking thing.
You see, I pitched an idea for an alternative post-credit scene.
I really like Ryan's idea.
All right, so there's a second Stanley cameo, okay?
Oh, God.
All right.
This is more of a punchline, so I don't think George is going to like this one.
He's a pizza delivery guy. And he opens the door opens like, pizza delivery, the whole party has vanished. And he's like, I'm keeping these.
What if then Stan Lee vanished? Would that be too serious?
No, because
then he like dies right after. Like he dies in real life a couple weeks later.
They'll be like, ooh, how rude, Marvel! You didn't know
Isn't he going through a divorce?
No, it was like elderly abuse, and someone's apparently stealing his blood. Like, I'm not fucking kidding.
Oh, I know nothing about this.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyways. Oh, shout out to Spider-Man's
dropping that bomb on
me.
That someone is stealing an old man's blood, and apparently that's the real thing. Like, I read
what
that.
What are they gonna do with it?
I don't know. That's just the headline. I don't want to read about Stan Lee getting.
I genuinely asked him about what is going on with Stan Lee.
I want to know.
No, like
Zendaya in that bus. I didn't see her.
Probably not.
Yeah, because she was in the movie
from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, no, she wasn't on the bus.
His friend was there.
Yeah, Ned.
I liked him.
Ned.
Yeah, he's good.
That was funny. I laughed at that. He was like, "We're all gonna die."
Like, you kids have never seen a spaceship before. I'm comic book legend Stan Lee, and now I drive a bus.
So, when is Ant-Man and Wasp this summer?
Yeah, July.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Really?
I am. I don't know.
I watched the trailer today, and I was like, yeah.
I liked Ant-Man.
I also liked Ant-Man.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's as much as I would say.
I'm still mad at Paul Rudd after that whole mute thing.
It's like, my best friend, I know you're clearly a pedophile, but like,
that's the thing.
You're all right.
Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling and get some hookers.
Also, I'm extremely here for Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer's in it. Lawrence Fishburne is in it.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, he plays Goliath.
I like both of those people a great deal.
Goliath, guess what his power is?
Gets all big?
No, he makes fish.
Oh.
No, he gets all big.
Anyways.
That'd be pretty funny in the Ant-Man movie.
His power is, I'm really good at cooking fish.
I guess for my reference, this is where the end of the spoiler conversation right now.
I can't believe Paul Rudd dies in real life in that movie. Actor Paul Rudd died.
Paul Rudd.
The movie ends with Thanos getting out a gun and shooting actor legend Paul Rudd in the face.
Bold. Clueless. Carrie, guide us through what is happening in the month of May. I know there is chock full of quality releases.
Lots of things. First up is...
Carrie, first off, could you tell me how I could talk to girls at parties?
Let me tell you, Ryan.
Well, Ryan, there's a movie coming. I thought I might answer that question
Instructional,
for...
step-by-step, informative movie. No, it's an A24 release that I remember. It played at some festival. I don't remember which one, but there were people giving takes on it after the festival had ended, and most of them were negative.
Oh,
but it looks like it could be interesting. It's got Neon Demon Girl in it, and it looks like it's some weird punk movie, and they go to this party, and there's pretty girls there, but they are aliens. So it's like some sci-fi punk movie, and it looks interesting.
Okay.
And Elle Fanning is like slowly turning into a punk teen, even though she's an alien.
I haven't forgiven her for The Beguiled, so.
Oh. I need to rewatch that.
I
want to give it another chance because I want to like it so bad.
I've been there. Everyone's the Chimichanga Man.
Hey! Brian, don't leave.
Everyone's favorite cosplayer at a con.
TJ Miller.
He's back. Ooh, boy.
Oh wait, TJ Miller in this again?
Yeah, he's very in this. They can't edit his voice out this time.
No, they're gonna put Christopher Plummer in instead of TJ Miller.
They're just gonna have like a picture of Christopher Plummer over every scene.
Now that'd be a funny bit.
So, Deadpool has to save the kid from the Wilder People. That's the movie. He's an alien.
You watched that movie?
I did.
Like that movie
it's a good
whole
movie.
lot.
Because Thanos comes back, and guess what? They're gonna make that joke. Because Josh Brolin, he's Cable, but he also plays Thanos.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, he's Cable.
In one of the trailers, it's clearly like he voiced it later. He's like, "I'm coming for you, Thanos." Blah, blah, blah.
Oh boy.
I remember enjoying Deadpool. And
yeah, me too.
While I was watching it, I was like, this is fine.
Yeah,
I remember enjoying it more than most Marvel movies, and I hate that I feel that way.
Yeah. It was better than most like X-Men movies for sure. And then like the world overreacted to it.
No, well, yeah, but that was gonna happen anyways. Like,
I know, but why though? Why can't we all? Why can't we just agree it's fine? It's fine, and the sequel.
I forget
probably
that there are
fine.
people like that out there.
No, I know a lot of nerdy people who like look.
Chimichanga Man.
Chimichanga, he doesn't play by the rules. He breaks the fourth wall. Remember that time when he masturbated in the movie? It was hilarious.
I have a neat shirt that says like I have issues, and it's like a comic book thing. It's like Deadpool.
In this movie, he makes the X-Force, and one of the members is just a guy.
I did laugh at that. It's like, it's Paul! Oh shit!
And he has a Twitter account where he's like, I guess I'm in the X-Force, and that's part of their marketing campaign.
That is
Paul
funny.
from accounting.
Also, I remember enjoying it because like I think Ryan Reynolds is actually talented, but
oh no, he is.
He gets booked poorly, but also he asks for it. So
I'm just interested in like how they're gonna. Like, if this is gonna be, like, as well received as the last one.
I thought there was
because it looks
people walking out of the screeners saying it.
Well, I thought people did the same for the original Deadpool.
Okay, well, I don't know. What else is on the list, Carrie?
Next, we got Hurricane Bianca 2 from Russia with Hate. You all know and love Bianca Del Rio. I'm not the only one on this couch who loves her. She's the winner of season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
The only person I know is Trixie Mattel. That's
all. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's only because she's like so over. She's like the John Cena of fucking
Well, you know, I like Trixie Mattel too. But But the first movie, Hurricane Bianca, was not that good, but it's a fun little thing if you're into RuPaul's Drag Race. And I like Bianca Del Rio a lot. But the first movie, she is a teacher out of drag as Roy, and Roy gets re-signed to a school in Texas, but then Roy gets fired for being gay. So he comes back in drag as a female teacher and then takes over the school. It's a fun time if you like RuPaul's Drag Race. But there's a sequel coming out where Roy has to go to Russia and Katya is in the movie. And if you know, I'm not talking to these fools on the couch anymore. Anyone listening who knows RuPaul's Drag Race, you all know who Katya Zamalamochkova is. She's great and she's going to carry the movie. So check it out for her. It'll probably be like on
honestly, the setup
YouTube
for
or something.
the first movie you said sounded good and interesting. The second one sounds like Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo. Sounds bad.
I mean, the first one isn't great.
It's a good setup.
But it's fun. It's a fun movie. If you like the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, Shangela's in it. Everyone loves Shangela.
Well, I'm glad you were able to self-indulge here.
You know...
Well, what else is coming down in May?
The biggest movie of all time, Solo: A Star Wars Story.
My God. I'm actually impressed how much I don't care. Like, holy shit! Like, listen, I don't love Star Wars, but I feel sometimes when there's a Star Wars movie, I legitimately don't. Donald Glover is fucking Lando Calrissian. I don't give a shit about this. What the fuck?
Woody Harrelson's in it. I couldn't give a shit.
I like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, but do you give a shit?
You know what? I don't give a shit.
Oh, whoa.
I do give a shit that he has, like, long hair. That's unsettling
That's
looking.
weird.
That's pretty funny.
So, I don't know what it's about. I'm assuming he's just gonna do the Kessel Run, whatever the fuck that is.
Right, because they always mention
I was talking to our friend Zach, and he explained what the Kessel Run was to me the other day when we were getting like fast food.
Are you sure he's not giving you outdated information because it might not be canon anymore?
Well, he told me what
the old one was.
What the old one was, and I was like, that sounds stupid as hell.
Ryan,
because apparently the Kessel Run is going real fast near a black hole without getting sucked in.
That probably is not what this movie is about. It sounds like another heist movie.
Probably, but who cares? The one thing this movie had going for it is I liked the original directors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that cynic, this fucking guy, this smart.
I don't want to be that guy either, but like...
I can't...
I don't want to see a Ron Howard anything movie.
Sure.
Let alone a Ron Howard Star Wars movie.
But also, what they put in front of us, I'm like, I feel nothing. Congratulations.
Yeah. And the main actor, like...
Poor Donald Glover. Why does this have to be his fucking... God damn it.
Lando, a Star Wars movie.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but Han Solo's in it.
That's no problem if they didn't present something like the most boring fucking thing ever.
Why did they think people...
Rogue One was a good-ass movie.
Did anyone want to see this, like, conceptually?
I think because of the directors, that's why they were on board. And because...
No, like, why did Lucasfilm, like, you know what people are going to want to see? A Han Solo movie.
You literally just said it's a Han Solo fucking movie. That makes the most sense for someone to be like, yeah, sign that up. That sounds like big money.
Like, if any, like, Star Wars... Like, I like Han Solo, but, like... I do not want to see a movie that's just him because he's an asshole. He's annoying. He's an annoying asshole, and I don't think he can do a thing by himself, like that character.
I think he's gonna be more lovable in this movie.
Chewbacca is there.
Yeah, and he's real old or something.
Looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. He's only.
I hope Donald. In all seriousness, I hope Donald Glover's actually acting in this movie and not just playing an SNL version of him playing Lando Calrissian. And it's like it's gonna be him like, well, you know what they say about that.
Your entire face change.
Yeah. It's just fun, like Donald Glover just fucking chewing up the scenery. Well, you know about that football. I went out there. Oh, God.
You know, if this movie was just an SNL bit, like a parody, that would be great. I would watch that movie 1,000 times.
Like he starts saying like mother, and then more. Chewbacca says some fucking noise, but he's got to say something stupid. God damn it!
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I wish I could.
I
don't like being a cynic about everything. God damn it!
Do you think? Because after the audience did not like The Last Jedi very well.
That's true.
The audience.
I forget that movie came out.
But if this movie's bad, Do you think that will be bad for Star Wars as a whole?
I think it's bad.
If they put out two bad movies so fucking close
I've lost
to each
track.
Other.
Who's making the next one? Is it?
J.J. Abrams is back for episode 9.
It was originally Colin Trevorrow,
but then they found out he's apparently crazy.
Apparently, and then it was gonna be.
And then there's gonna be another spin-off film, and then we don't know after that. There's a bunch of like projects.
No, I'm just saying, like the arc. Was it the arc really just like it was Colin Trevorrow, or now it's J.J. Abrams, or was it originally gonna be someone else, and then it was J.J. Abrams actually?
No, it was. They wanted to have 3 different directors on them.
Right, I know that.
And then it was gonna be Colin Trevorrow, and then like. Apparently he fucked
got
up.
axed.
He got axed, and he made the script real bad, and then they rewrote the script with J.J. Abrams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that all we got, Carrie?
That's it.
Oh boy, we're in May. We're halfway through the year almost.
May surprisingly sucks.
Yeah, May's bad.
I don't know if you listen to the rest of this podcast. This is other than Annihilation. Annihilation's gonna win Movie of the Year by default.
Yeah. We don't. I don't think
it's
anything's coming out.
Shadow of Mordor of 2018. And we don't have a Bayonetta 2.
I feel like 2017 was a really good year. I don't know.
It was a fantastic.
It was
like once we did our podcast, I was like,
it was one of the first years where I was like super invested in movies, and I was like actively looking stuff out. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm all jazzed about movies. And then this year it's like,
Han Solo. Oh fuck, I guess I'll see that.
I hate everything.
Demon House, hell yeah.
God,
Demon House is
really
fantastic.
hope. What's that movie called?
Hereditary.
I really hope
if that's
Hereditary's
bad,
good. Holy
that's
shit.
gonna be a bummer.
That's literally hanging everything on that one, man. I wasn't even that excited, but at this point, it looks fucking unbelievable.
You're just like crawling towards that one.
Please, one good thing, please.
Toni Collette, please help me out. Girl,
Well,
I need you.
Yep. Thank you for listening to the Winter April, I guess. We saw Avengers. That was a big thing.
That was a big thing. It's finally over, except there's another Avengers movie.
I'm glad we were actually able to have an actual conversation about Avengers instead of just being like, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
our podcast.
that's the month for April.
Yeah.
Ryan, where can people find you on the internet?
If you go on myspace.com /
Wow, this is a good joke.
Dig
Funny stuff.
funny stuff.
My yearbook.
My yearbook.
Don't go there.
Go to my
I don't know what that redirects
Go to my
nowadays.
GeoCities page.
Ooh,
Ugh.
My yearbook was bad.
I'm not sure what that is.
It was
a
people
website.
were extremely horny before being horny online was acceptable.
Hell yeah. I like this internet.
Anyways.
Twitter.com / frying pans.
Okay. Carrie, where can people find you?
At car, KAR _E, Lyles, LYLES.
And you can find me at jcruzalvarez26 and the podcast at Movies Are Real. Until next month, we will see you then.